Okay, people, I'm back. I wanted to put my hood on because I want to, when I do my edits, well, really not like edit, I want to be able to know which video is what video. So this is video number 2. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay? Um, and I'm gonna try to learn how to do more editing this year on my videos, but let's be honest. If I ain't got time for it, honey child, I just don't have time for it, okay? And that's just how it is. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. So, let me tell you. Oh my God, there's so much I could talk about. But I do know there's one thing that I do want to talk about. And I do want to touch on a couple of subjects before I go to the main thing. Number one thing that I learned in 2015, I accidentally made that mistake in 2016 here early on, but I'm not going to make it again, is when people complain about stuff, that I see, and they talk about, I don't see that. There's none of this out there. And then you know what? I go and create something that they're talking about, and then they decide, oh, they see it, but I guess it's not good enough for them, so they decide not to purchase it, maybe, or they decide that they don't like it, or whatever the case may be, or they decide to, create their own. And I'm not going to do that no more, because if there's not anything out there for it, why should I create it if there's nothing out there for it? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to start doing things what I like. I was told a long time ago, there were other people that created stamps that were African American, but they do stamps that anybody can use. Um, and I said, well, I really want to have more African Americans on my stamps, and that's why I always color my girls a different color. I color them the way I am, and stuff. It's easy for me to color in an African American image, not African American image, but it's easy for me to color in African American colors. And I'm just going by what people have said to me. So, if you find this video offensive to you, bye. Bye. Because this is my video, and if you don't like it, you know what you can do. But someone has said to me that they couldn't color African American. They couldn't color girls black or African American, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. They found it hard to do it. But when it comes to coloring them as white or Caucasian or, any other race, it was more easier to blend their Copics better. And to me, I thought that was a crock of bull. For me, I find it really easy to color either way, to be honest with you. But I think it's really more about preference than about it being hard. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. Just like this one person has said, and everything that I'm telling you, this is stuff that people have said to me. I'm not making this up. I'm telling you, if you knew how many messages I get in my private message, it's ridiculous. The things that people say to me, sometimes they don't think I may be paying attention or whatever, but honey, I be paying attention because I be looking at everything that you say, okay? One person was like, they loved my images, but they thought that they were hard to color because, I guess they didn't have enough space. Maybe you just don't know how to color. That's just how I see it. Because anybody that colors all the time knows that you don't have to use 3 Copics. You can use 6 Copics for one hair if you wanted to. That's how that's good colorists that's how they can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not about using, I have to use 3 colors. No. The smaller the image, usually only requires two colors to use. You just need to make sure you get your shading in there and definitely get the highlight. That's it. You don't even have to have go between, you know. Um, but I can't tell people that. I can tell them on video, of course, but only a true colorist would know stuff like that, you know. Especially if they're using Copics, and that's what I use. That's the only thing I use. And yes, they're expensive, but if you get them on sale, they're not too bad, you know. So anyway, what was I talking about? Shit, I lost my train of thought, child. Anyway, that's just the stuff that people say to me. And when they say this stuff to me, I just listen and I'll be like, okay, whatever. But let's go to my topic for today. My topic today is sleeping in separate beds. I had made a post about it, but I've talked about it in the past before. And I was talking to some girlfriends in my, and when I said it, they thought it was what? Oh my god, sleep in separate beds? Are you crazy, bitch? No, I'm not. Okay, I am not crazy at all. Let me tell you, I know that on TV back in the day, I guess I would say the 60s, 50s, whatever, because TV was you know, so censored and all that type of stuff. You know, they had the couples to appear that they were sleeping in separate beds. And so a lot of people grew up watching TV and they see couples sleeping in separate beds, you know. But that's not the real deal. A lot of people slept in the same bed. They've been doing it forever. But I'm going to tell you something. Mark and I sometimes sleep in separate beds. And I love my husband. But here's the deal. Sometimes at night, well, here's the deal. Not even sometimes. Mark is, when I first met him, we didn't do that. You know, of course we slept in the same bed, and I would go to bed during the time he would go to bed. And I probably should still do the same thing, but let me tell you. We live in this huge, huge house, okay? And we have all these rooms. This is his mother's house that we live in. As anybody know my background, we live here because his mother has dementia, and we're taking care of her. Okay, so she has a big ass house, and it has a lot of rooms. It has 4 rooms upstairs, 2 full baths, a half bath down here, and it has a big basement that has 2 rooms down there too. It's just a lot of room in this house, okay? Anyway, so she has the master bedroom because it has the bathroom in there. And we have the next big bedroom in the house. But at night, Mark has to go to work early in the morning, right? And when he wants to go to work early in the morning, he doesn't want a light on in the room. He doesn't really want to see my iPad because I'll get on my iPad, but I'll wait till he's falling asleep. But Mark also snores. And when I am sleepy or trying to go to sleep, all I hear is him snoring and me trying to make him stop. By popping him upside the head, by squeezing his nose. Okay, those are the things that I do so I can go to sleep. Or sometimes I have to take a melatonin pill so that I can fall asleep at a decent time to go to sleep when he goes to sleep. So if I take a melatonin pill, it takes a minute for it to really get in my body. So I take it maybe around 8 p.m., maybe even 7:30 sometimes, so that I'll be ready to fall asleep when he goes to sleep. It's very seldom that I will fall asleep before him. And for me to fall asleep before him, I have to be very, very sleepy and tired. And that has happened. But I'm also the type of person, if I fall asleep before him, I don't like him to wake me up. If he comes in the room and he wakes me up, then I'm up for the rest of the night. So we usually like to sleep in the separate rooms. Sometimes we sleep in the same bed, and he'll be like, all right, you can go ahead and get on your iPad, because he definitely don't want the TV on. So I'll cover the covers up over my head and my iPad, and I always put it at the lowest dimmest setting as possible, so that he doesn't see it, and he's fine with that. You know, he'll sleep in there. But Recently, oh, I meant to tell you guys this in the first video. I had surgery, and when I had this surgery, I didn't really want anybody in the room with me, not even Mark in there with me. I was just going through a lot of stuff at the time, and I would like to report my surgery has been a success so far. Baby. Yeah, I know. So anyway, I so he sleeps in the other room in the house, right? We bought a bed for the room and everything, little twin bed, and he sleeps in there. He even have his clothes in there and everything. Like, all right, it's like his room, and then I have my room, you know. And then of course we meet in my bedroom when we want to get it on, okay? Yeah. I hope you've been getting it on with your man, boo boo, because if you haven't, you know what I say, somebody else will. But anyway, that's another video. Let me turn this heater off. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Ooh, it's getting a little hot up in here when I said that. Okay, so anyway, that's what we do. And then let me tell you, here's something that we did once. We tried it out, and oh my God, it was the bomb. When Mark and I go to hotels, we normally get a king size bed because we don't have a king size bed here at the house in our room. I don't think it'll fit in there. It may fit in there though. I'm pretty sure it would. It would take up a lot of room. But maybe that's what we need is a king size bed. That way he's far on his side and I'm far on my side. But we plan on moving out this house anyway. And when we get to our new house, I will be getting me a California King because those are some big ass beds, okay? But anyway, one time we went to a hotel and we decided to get two queen beds. Or was it two queens or two fulls? I don't remember. I think it was two queen beds in a room that they had. And I said, let's try an experiment. He was like, yeah, what's up? I said, why don't we sleep in two separate beds tonight? You sleep over there, I sleep over here. Mark was like, hell to the yeah. You know, he was all for it. And so it was actually nice. We slept in two beds. Of course, when we wanted to get on, I went to his bed because I'm going to tell you right now, boo, I don't like no wet spots on my bed, okay? Yeah. So, TMI, I know, but I'm keeping it real, and you know when you're watching my videos, I'm going to say what I want to say. So yeah, it just felt good to sleep in two separate beds. I mean, I had all the pillows because I love pillows. I love pillows. And I love it when it's cold in the room and I have a bunch of pillows around me. So it's like I make a hole in my bed and I'm just laying under there, you know. And if I have my iPad, then I'm on the iPad watching something or whatever the case may be. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, totally love it. And I was like, oh my God, maybe we should do this from now on. You know, get separate beds if we go to a hotel. So he doesn't know this, but his birthday is coming up on January 21st, and I'm actually taking him to New York. I'm going to meet Pocono Pam and Ruckus for the first time. Mark will be meeting them for the first time as well, and we're going to go to New York all together. So I'm going to the Poconos. I'm also going to see my friend Eve. I haven't seen Eve in years. For anyone that knows me, and I talk about Eve. Eve is one of my good friends, and she can see spirits, and she can talk to them and everything. And she does readings. I mean, she does all of this stuff. And so I haven't seen her in I don't know how long, but she lives in the Poconos as well. So I'm going to see her on that Friday. And Mark will be meeting her for the first time. She's never met Mark. She met my ex-husband, and she knows him, but she's never met Mark before. So this is going to be surprising. And he does not know that we're going. I just told him I have a surprise for his birthday. But where we're going to New York is the big surprise is to see a Star Wars exhibit at the Discovery, at Discovery. And you know, Discovery headquarters are here in Maryland, in Silver Spring, not too far from us. So I'm thinking they'll probably be down here too. But when I mentioned this to Mark, I was like, yeah, you know, Discovery's having some type of Star Wars costume. And he was like, oh, I don't want to go no crap like that. I don't do all that dressing up. I said, no, this is gonna be the costumes from the movies, and you get to see them. He was like, oh man, I would love to do that. So see, he does not know, but he's excited about that if he thinks we're going down here. You know, it'll probably be in DC because they never have anything in Silver Spring really like that. So anyway, I went to the store, Hobby Lobby, 50% off to this week, or was it Sunday or something, I think. And I got this paper pad, Star Wars paper pad. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this to make a mini album of the trip for him. So I'm hoping to have this completed before we go. And I'm going to make it and put it in there, and then all the pictures that we take that weekend, I'm gonna put it in that for him, and then I'll probably make him a couple of 12 by 12 layout pages with it too. But anyway, oh my gosh, so exciting, right? So yeah, my question to you guys is this: do you sleep in separate beds, or have you ever slept in a separate bed when you go to the hotel? Have you ever thought about it? You know, just because you sleep in a separate bed doesn't mean there's a problem with your relationship. I think most people think, oh my God, if they sleep in separate beds, there must be a issue somewhere. Not all the time. Some people just, you know, like if you sleep a certain way for so many years, and you know another person a certain way so many years, and you two try to come together, you know it may not go as well as you may want it to go. So sometimes sleeping in a separate room just means the other person gets good rest for the night, and the other person gets good rest as well. I am generally a night person. I'm not a morning person. I'm generally a night person. I'm trying my best to do more in the daytime and go to sleep earlier at night because it's better, I guess, you know, for my health and stuff. But I take more at night than I do in the daytime, honestly, you know, to be honest with you. But do you think it's really a bad thing for people to sleep in separate beds? I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I read an article last night about this couple they've been married for 11 years now. You know, they actually love it. She said, my husband he starts in the bed, but when he wakes up in the middle of the night, he just goes to the other room. It's just like it is no big deal because that's just where he's going to get his most rest for the night, you know? And so that's basically what Mark and I it's basically been doing. He goes to bed early and I'm still up. If I'm watching my shows, he just goes to the second room, gives me a kiss, and he just goes in there, you know, and it's just not a big deal. Again, he does sleep in the room sometimes. It's just, you know, it's not all the time, but yeah, that's our life. And guess what? I love my husband, still in love with him, and we're still going strong. We don't have no issues over here. So let me know, weigh in below, and I will be doing a tour of my craft room for you guys here soon, so you can see all the new type of stuff that I've been doing to it. I also have a new desk that I got this weekend. So I will be doing a craft room tour here soon, and I'll probably have Mark to do the tour for you guys, since I know a lot of you love when Mark is in the video. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and it is so nice to be able to come back to you guys again and do a tea with Lameka. Please excuse my hair. Y'all already know how I feel about that. Alright, bye people.